Well, you were a trooper traveling for being so young.
Yeah.
Because we went all the way from Florida to Texas and we left there, headed north through Oklahoma. And just as we got into Oklahoma, I felt my rear wheel cylinder kind of like it froze up and then quit. As I went over a bridge, it made a noise. And I just got over the bridge and the rear tire froze up. And not just a glitch, but froze up. And we didn't, I was able to pull over. And I was a little nervous because, like I said, you were just a baby. John and
You were just months old.
3, yeah,
3 months.
you're born in April. This was in June. And John Didi was 8 and 9, so that you were all young. Well, I didn't want to leave you guys there, but I knew there was a town just a short distance up the road. So I got you out and the kids, and all of us stood alongside the road as I hitchhiked. And which in itself is a little dangerous, but when somebody sees a whole family, I think. But what happened, there was a trucker coming in a little truck that it was going up to the same place I ended up going to get parts. A larger city on the other side of the town we were going to. And he loaded us up in that little, and we all piled in there.
In that one seat.
Stacked on top of one another. And you were a trooper. You weren't crying,
We didn't even know what was going on.
And so we got to that town, and we didn't have a lot of money back in them days at all. Not that we have a lot now, but I mean, it was hard. And I finally got a wrecker to go get the truck, brought it in. Now remember, this is 1976. Got it to I think it was a Chevy dealer. This was a Dodge truck, but they had mechanics. And the whole job of putting a new wheel, he let me use a car to go to the next town to get the parts. And the whole job of changing that wheel bearing that froze up, that had a hard time getting it off the axle. All of that, the wrecker and everything was like $80. You can imagine what that would have been like now. So we were very blessed. And then we got a room in town there, didn't we?
It was a nice motel, and it had a diner attached to it right in the middle. It was kind of old-fashioned, but it was a nice big room. We brought your bassinet in, and
How did you bring the bassinet in that little truck? Throw it in the back, or?
Yeah,
It was in the back.
we put you up the front.
Yeah, you weren't in it, yeah.
That's nice to know.
Yeah.
Bassinet in the back.
And then we headed down 35 north going to Leavenworth. And do you remember what's that big prairie? Flint Hills?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember going through there? Not then, but you've been through there several times after that. Anyhow, up and down hills, middle of nowhere, my fuel pump starts going out. So it got down to where I could only go like 40 miles an hour. I was glad about that whatever's wrong with the fuel pump was still getting a little gas up to the engine. So I limped all the way home.
We limped with him. I was glad to get home and just spend some time home alone with our baby and the
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, we wanted things to settle down a little bit.
So I can tell people I hitchhiked when I was 2 months old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Get
put
you
your
out
little
there.
thumb out there.
Yeah. Out of a blanket or something.
Everything we ever did was an adventure.
Well, that was 1776. I mean, 1976.
Wow. How long
I'm not,
has it been?
I'm not that old.
250 years.
There you give away my age. See, your Barbara was born.